Hello and welcome back to episode 28 of Retrospective Progression. I'm Aredawg, the creator here, and today I am working more on, well, you can kind of see down here. I've kind of actually made all of this nice and neat. There's a nice little flat area here for the next level. These are kind of like simple little housings again from what I showed a couple of episodes ago. We'll have a little bit of a little sleeping quarters here, little kitchen, little sitting area. But as I was kind of going through it, I realized the door was opening this direction, which I may try to make it open in this direction, but that might be the only change I do for this. However, I did do quite a bit here. I've made this all flat for right now. Obviously, I do want to like change it up a little bit. Some of these do have like, this one has a little overhang over top of it. I think this needs a little bit of overhang here. But I also wanted to pay attention to this specific door, because as you can see, this one has an iron door. There's a specific reason for this. Let's just say that in the future, we're going to make use of pistons instead of an iron door. This will be like a secret area here. Maybe some sort of like secret underground location that people might want to come into and, you know, maybe have conversations or something. You know, maybe like a, I don't know, rogues guild of some kind or something like that, you know? Power to the people. Also, I did just a little bit more work over here. As you can kind of see, it's kind of coming along together. Did all this wall because this wall is like literally, if I was to poke right through there, which I don't have a silk touch to do so, I would be literally in a room. So but I did kind of also make this area nice and flat here. So we've got a section here that people can come into, and then of course I am gonna keep this as a like twisting kind of like center over here. I may do that for this interior here, maybe twist it a little bit, maybe smooth this edge out so it's not such a corner, and then just kind of give a nice little corner here. But yeah, that's just kind of all the little bits of detail I've worked on Hall A so far. Not a whole lot, but also a whole lot. So I still got a lot of work to do. So on that note, let's actually go check out the wall, since I got that one finished last time. We're at the corner of the wall here. As you can kind of see, this is the corner where we ended up, and the wall continues on this direction. So as it gets to daylight, we're just going to run this entire thing. So let's get started. That is the entirety of the wall, all completed. Made sure that it goes all the way down underneath the water there too, so it's like makes it feel like it's solid, even though there's actually nothing underneath that. But you know, illusions and whatnot. But let's do one other thing. Let's just zip back for a little bit. I think here's a good place to take a look. So yeah, I did dig all this down here, over here, and I even did this section over here for this peninsula right here, because I want this whole location to be water. It's not obviously all the way down. There is some like caves down over here that I just had to put some dirt in just to make it look nice. And I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a time lapse of me breaking some of this down, but there is one unique thing I do want to show off before I do that. So start off, let's jump down here. I want to make sure I'm in a two deep, because one deep is not deep enough apparently when you have something underneath it. At least not in this version. I know one deep. Obviously, you can waterlog a chest in modern and just drop into it, and you're perfectly fine. Can't do that here. Number one, chest can't be waterlogged, and number two, one just one depth. Oh, and there's some of that lag. Just having like this, it's you hit the water, but you're still got enough momentum that you hit that little bit of root right there. So the big reason I wanted to show this off is because this was unique terrain generation right here. Again, this is alpha generation, and it just made this unique thing right here. If we look at our coordinates, I believe this might be a chunk border. See, so yeah, I think this, yeah, this would be the edge of the chunk border. So this would be, and see that it's going to be the 6th chunk, and then come up from this direction. Yeah, that's like 16, 32, 48. So 31. So 31, 6. Like this chunk right here, it didn't generate full, but it did kind of create this unique thing right here. This is gonna go away. I was planning on keeping this just because it's interesting and unique, but I think it needs to go away because it's not that unique. And it'll actually help keep the Growlie. Oh, one sec. I need that one. Why not? We'll do it all. Alright, so got all that cheap, delicious wool. I need the light gray wool mostly for my mansion, because, yeah, I'm gonna need that, specifically to make sure that... Spooky cave noise. I'm using the light gray wool for the flooring of like the bathrooms and such, so I'm keeping that for that regard. But again, getting back to this, I'm not gonna keep this here. In fact, I'm gonna fill this in once I have enough dirt to do so. It's not gonna be a whole lot that I need right there, so we'll fill that in, and then we'll just go ahead and dig all this down. Flood this area, flood that area. I'll do what I can to keep it in time lapse. I don't know how good this is going to go, because again, you're just going to see it from my first person perspective, because I could do this, but it's not really going to be a difference. If only I had a cam account, that would be sweet. But unfortunately I don't. So yeah, we'll do that during the day, and we'll start probably out over there, get this section done, get these pools done, fill this in, get this section done, and then we've got the big sections and that one over there. So yeah, this is gonna be a lot of work. Let's get to it, and let's begin the time lapse. there we go. All done with this version. So now we have the Growlie Challenge Island, a literal island. So I'm just gonna go back and try and grab up as much of this as I can. And I've got plenty of room for that. Yep. And work on this one. I'm gonna do this a little bit slower so that I can make sure I'm gathering all the materials back. So, time lapse. All done. And now we have a nice clean path, a perfect Growlie Challenge Island, and a floating sand block. We've got one over there, and we've got one over there. We're going to keep those just because it's kind of neat. But yeah, this is now the next step done for making sure that we have like a big location for us to go through, and kind of give this a little bit of life. I did have to drop off some things because yeah, that's a lot of sand and dirt and gravel and torches, and I didn't get them all back because some of them did despawn. Mostly those over there. I think I did this little bit a little shorter so I could pick up the rest of the torches that I would want. So yeah, now that this is kind of mostly done, again, we're still wanting to make it a little lower so that way when we do ships, it actually makes, you know, sense. But for now, I think this is good. So let's go work on that. At the carousel, so I can start working a little bit more on this. And I kind of want to get a fencing set up here, and I want to get the booth set up here. So let's start by coming down here. And I do have a bunch of fence, so I do also want to make this a little bit neater. We'll just start off by putting fence posts here. Hopefully I have enough. I didn't count out these before I made them. I just like, you know, let's just make it and go from there. But we're, yeah, I'm definitely not going to have enough for this. Basically, this is just kind of like the edge to keep people safe. So they're not gonna, you know, fall off or anything or have something happen to them, because the rotating platform, quote unquote, which won't ever rotate, is going to be this wooden section right here, this wooden plank section. And so here we'll have, I don't know, two or I'm thinking maybe 3 rows of creatures, I guess would be the best way to put it. And that way we can have at least the carousel looking the way that we want it to look. So let's get another set here. Get some more sticks so we can get some more fence posts. And there we go. All right, so we got 16 more. That should be fine. I do also want to make this a little bit nicer too. So we're going to start off by finishing this up. There we go. All right. Got 2 extra pieces here. We'll actually have these kind of set right there for right now. And now let us work on building this up. I want to break free. No, don't want to get. Well, I'm not gonna get demonetized because I'm not monetized yet. So, but I don't want to get a copyright strike either. So I know how bad that could be for some people, but I'm not there yet. All right, so we'll get this will be much nicer. And I think we're gonna at least have this here. Let's do it out like so. And I'm thinking once I have, okay, wait, you know, let's make this look nice. Because I have a little bit of stone. And eventually this will all be stone. I'll cook it so it makes it stone. And we'll have that there. We'll do we'll do a right here is where we're gonna have the what you call it, the redstone the redstone line that goes down here, so it's a little dark. But that's fine. And we want it to come around this way. If we did this, let's move it this way because we want it to be about right here. One more. Nope. Wrong. Let's see. Let's get this redstone here. Okay. And we'll do 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm going to need to extend this. Yeah, not close enough. So I said 13, 14, 15. So then that will have to go into... Would help if I jump up here into this. And then... Let's double check this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I want this to be lit up right here. So, in order to get this one lit up, I need... Let's see, I'm going to need some more of this. Let's get... Oops. Let's get 2 redstone torches here. Because we're going to need one to do this. And we'll kind of come back and do that. Let us also get one of these, a lever. Keep falling. And let's see, I need this all to be too high because it needs to come down this way, which means I need this set up like that. We'll close it off like that for right now because I don't want any zombies or skeletons coming from here that may or may not spawn. I don't think they'll spawn because of the redstone, but I'm just being safe. And then we can do a test here. Let's do that. Make sure, okay, that line turns that off, so that's on. And then if we switch it, let's make sure. It's not lighting up. So let's double check something here. I know why. I'm on the wrong block. It's actually supposed to be the block right next to it. No wonder it wasn't working. Trial and error. Okay, so this is lit up. And it goes into here. Okay, this is not lit. So now we need to have this come off of this. And what we're going to need to do... Oh, how am I going to do this? Let's get some music going. Oh, can I do it like that? Oh, that's gonna... if we do that, that should cut that. So that should be fine. So let's try this. Let's see if this works. If I flip this switch and we hear that chord progression. All right, we're good. So yeah, that's good there. We will... Oops. Actually, I think I just need that. I don't think I need in front of there. Oh, let's turn that music off. Or that chord progression off. It's really repetitive. So this is going to be the music. Or chord progression. And it'll be on and off here. And then once we get actual repeaters, I'll make this into an actual song. Obviously, I'm going to go with a non copyrighted song. So a public domain song. That's what it looks for. And we're also going to get myself some stairs here. Because we'll have to get up and down. I'm thinking this will be good. So what we'll have here, like we'll have a little service door that goes right here. Let's do this. So we'll have a service door going in this direction. This goes all the way over here like so. We'll once we have the ability to use trapdoors, we're gonna have a trapdoor back wall right here. So we're gonna have a service door that kind of comes down to here to double check the music, and then I think we'll have this be the door right here, or no. Let's go one further. Let's say this back door right. This is the back door right here. Yeah, this is how you would get in. You would get through this service door here to give tickets out to the customers. Now here, we'd also want to have our chests for the all the stuff that we're gonna get in this one, which we actually have a lot of stuff that we need to get for this stuff. Actually, if we did... No, I don't think that would work, because if we did trapdoors going all the way up here, this having something here would interact or would disrupt it. We could have it here because then the door would open this way. But I need to double check and make sure that we have the right amount of information or of pieces. Otherwise, we might just put it down here for all of the items that we get in beta 1.2. So let's work a little bit on the house. And I will actually kind of bring you in once I get most of this house kind of set up. So let's bump to the future. So here's what I've ended up with. I kind of copied that version over there, the ticket booth for this version, just made a little bit wider because I needed to be to cover up those stairs. And as you can see, this is how people would like enter in and be like, ticket please. And then walk in here and yay, the carousel, wee. Or something along those lines. But also inside here, we have, again, we're going to have the trapdoors here. We're going to put it up against this wall right here. And then this is where we're going to have the blocks and the items be. Now, I don't know which is going to be which just yet, but one is going to be one and one's going to be the other. Of course, this is our lever for the music. And if we head on down here, we have a lot of stuff. Oh, don't worry about the dirt. Between the last clip and this clip, I was working on a secret project for the next episode. I decided to get it started on it early, and I'm not going to spoil it this episode, but something to look forward to. But one thing I do want to do is, I think I can do this. I need 4 of these, so let's see how many. I think I need to get 4 signs in total, and I don't think I have enough. I have enough for 3 signs, which means I need 2 more of these. So we'll do that, so I can do that. Put that there. We'll just have to toss that out like so. So I can toss that in. This is a silly way of doing things. But the reason why I'm doing this is simply for this right here. This is a planter, specifically because if I was to dig this up, oh, look at that. There's stone there. So I am basically using this as a way to kind of like hide something. And these signs are right now the best way that I can use, or basically set up that it looks like there's a planter here. So we're just going to do that for now. Once we get trap doors, that'll make this look real nice. So we'll just put a little light there and light there. So that is, that's this part right here. The final thing I want to do before this episode runs out is I kind of want to... Actually, I don't have any wool. We'll use some of this dirt. I kind of want to show off a little bit of what my main project for this is going to be, or how this is supposed to look. I know it's going to be a little bit dark here because it's becoming nighttime, but I'd rather get this figured out. So if we're doing 3 here, we would want to have like a horse of some kind, like that. And then this would Oh, that's not going to work that way. Can I put this? Well, it's a good thing we're testing this because in modern version, I could just put a fence post on a fence post and it's just fine. But in this version, I can't. So what I have to do is I have to do something like this. I have to take that out. Let's just do this. I have to break this down. That takes a long time. I wonder if it's the right tool. And then I have to do that in order to make this good. So, yeah, I think between this episode and the next episode, I'm going to figure out where all these posts go. But to start off with, we're just going to remove this and put this back. And essentially, this is going to be how the horses look. Not the best, but it'll do for now. It's not meant to look the best, but you know what? I'm doing what I can here. So yeah, we'll definitely get these colors. Maybe we'll like move them up and down because they're supposed to be like moving up and down every so often. But yeah, that's a generic idea for the carousel. So yeah, I think this is going to be pretty good when it's all done. So with that kind of figured out, I think this is a good place for us to call it. And I want to say thanks for coming along with episode 28 of Retrospective Progression. If you liked the video, give it a like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. And I'll see you next time. Later.